let's check out the landing on the moon folder. So there's a bunch of explore activities there. Google Moon, you're going to have to check out in order to answer the questions on EL Assignment 2. There's this really neat experiencing the Apollo lunar landing site. And if you're having a hard time with any of these, by the way, showing up, make sure that you just hit this pop out button. Again, I mentioned earlier, but the adults that live in your house might be interested in checking this out too. This is pretty cool. It's about the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 lunar landing, and so I wouldn't be surprised if adults might want to sit next to you while you explore this. But this is a really neat experience, I guess is the best word for it. But it's about 20 minutes long. You can see at the bottom here, about 20 minutes long. And it's the 20 minutes before the lunar module, or the last 20 minutes as the lunar module approaches the moon. And it kind of has everything, right? So this is over on the left. This is, you can see who's talking. And a lot of this you don't understand, or you don't just have to guess at what they're talking about, but you can see who's talking. Same with the right. And then what happens is here, inside the command module, at this point in Apollo 11, inside the command module is only Mike Collins. So the command module and the lunar module, this thing, so I'm down here at the bottom left. The command module and the lunar module have come apart. The command module, this thing, is orbiting the moon with Mike Collins inside it. The lunar landing module, Eagle, has Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong inside it, and they are approaching the surface of the moon. And then back in Houston, Texas, is Mission Control. And so as you watch this, like, you can tell you can tell where the person is talking from. So if this is lit up, that means that it's Mike Collins talking. If this is lit up, that means that it's either Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin talking. And if this is lit up, which is a lot because that's Mission Control, then someone from Mission Control is talking. And then if you see in movies how people are sitting in chairs looking at a big board, it's like a bunch of people at Mission Control. Well, this shows you where the person was sitting. The big board is up in the front, and this is like, the back left person, and it tells you who they are. So really, really cool. There's like bookmarks here that show like specific moments. So this is the go no go. Are they gonna go for it, or are they going to abandon the mission? Just really neat to watch. About 20 minutes. Definitely check it out.
77.
So a lot of the things they say, it's conversations between them. Sometimes you can't hear it so well.
Okay, all flight controllers, I'm going around the horn. Make your go-no-goes based on the data you had prior to LOS. I see we got it back. Give me another few seconds. We're going, flight. Okay, retro, go. Fido, go. Guide, go.
That's kind of cool.
Go. Falcon, go. Jinsei, go. Econ, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're going to continue PDI.
So I mean, this is what a moment in history. Each of the people that are in charge of all the different sections of Mission Control are saying, we're good to go, we're good to go, we're good to go. This is gonna, let's go for it, and so on. So I really encourage you to check out this video and this experience. It gives you a sense of. I find it very exciting. Obviously, I think it's really cool. All right, there is also there's some other stuff here too. So the front page of the New York Times the following day, so the day after Apollo 11, and man walks on moon. Astronauts land on plane, collect rocks, plant flag, and then the actual text of the whole article is down below that. I'd encourage you to read that. Really neat piece of history. And then the command module Columbia, again, it'll pop out. So the command, they did safely go to the moon. They did safely return to the command module, and then the command module comes back to Earth, and you can see, on the bottom there where it goes back through the Earth's atmosphere and gets all scorched. And so those three astronauts, including the first two to walk on the moon, were inside this. And this was kind of neat because, so there's some pictures here and you can check it out, but it's kind of cool. Because I think there's actually, I thought there was so it shows some, they wrote some things inside it. And this was actually at the Heinz History Center last year, and the current 6th grade went to go have a look at it, which was pretty cool. Okay. And then there's some more stuff that you can look at, videos that talk about this event. The activities that I want that you must complete on Apollo missions and the moon, EL assignment 2, those are going to be focused on the Google moon. So you're going to have to read through particularly Apollo 11. Let me just show you that really quick. So I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions about Apollo 11. Here, let me pop this out too. And that's the part that is actually going to be great. All the rest is extra. I want you to explore it, check it out. But so you can see down here, Apollo 11. If you click that and then zoom in, it walks through. I want you to read that, read, and then you can actually see where these things are happening. The first time that someone was on, the first time that a person was on the moon, and so you will be reading this, going through each one of these, all the way through Apollo 11, and that's going to take some serious time. And I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions about them, and then I may also ask a couple of questions. Hold on. About the other 5 missions that landed on the moon, but I'll let you know in the activity. So Apollo 11 is kind of its own special thing, and lots of questions about that. But if I have other things that I see that I want you to take a look at, particularly in Apollo 15, the lunar rover, this like go-kart that they drove around in, and other things, I'll tell you to go to Apollo 15 to check it out. Okay, so this is just kind of an overview of what I want you to be looking at as you complete this week's activities.